Hello guys, Kakarot197 again. It's been a while, but I've been quite busy these last weeks with various things. School, Skyrim got released. Lately, Halo Anniversary got released. And on top of that, I got sick, so plenty of reasons not to make a review. But kind of to make up for that, here's a double review of the 1/144th scale Vayeate and Mercurius from the Gundam Wing series. Now, to start off, well, a little bit of history on these guys. These two were created by the same 5 scientists that created the 5 original Gundams. Well, that created the Gundam Wing Zero, and then created the 5 original Gundams from Gundam Wing on their own. So these were designed by the same guys in an attempt to, well, help Oz with their little Gundam problem. The Vayeate is supposed to pack a punch the same as Wing's Buster Rifle, but with the infinite supply from his little backpack here. And Mercurius is supposed to be the ultimate defense of the two. So these two are supposed to work as a team, Mercurius obviously being the more defensive unit, big ass shield and planet defensors, and Fade is supposed to be the offensive one of the two. Of course, shown by his big ass rifle, or beam bazooka thing. For the figures themselves, as you can see, the base body is quite literally identical. The only difference between the two are the accessories. So I'm only going to show one of these guys, what they can do in articulation. Look, we'll take off. The accessories are probably going to fall off anyway. We must forget we are dealing with old Gundam Wing models. The head will go a bit up, somewhat down. We'll turn around all the way. The arm guard thing will move to the sides, move up again. Arm will go up about 90 degrees. We'll turn around all the way. Arm will turn around below the elbow and goes up about 90 degrees. Now you might think that it goes up higher, but that's because it's a bit of an optical illusion. The arm itself is in a kind of bent position, so it looks like it goes up a lot more. So I guess you could count that as a positive thing somewhat. So the arm goes up and falls down. Yeah, this is a wing kit after all. And the hands, standard polycap hands used in all of the Gundam Wing kits, will rotate all the way around, will wiggle somewhat, and have a very big hole in them to hold the accessories. It will turn around. Yeah, if you pull it out a little bit, it will turn around all the way. If you keep it flush with the bottom part, somewhat, well, still nice articulation though. Now for the legs, and this is where things get a bit, well, where things take a turn for the worst. Forwards, not all that much, and quite ironically, quite a lot back, really. That's of course partially because of how the kit's designed. And now things get really bad. Oh yeah, first bit out. Well, once again, not all that great. The legs. Well, that's all of the bend you're gonna get out of the top joint. The bottom joint will make it move a bit further. And that's all. Like I said, there are 2 joints, but you can only move one of them at the same time. So, kinda useless, and, well, yeah, that's just it. It's useless to have 2 joints on it, and they barely give any movement at all. The feet, somewhat, well, quite nicely forwards, also somewhat backwards, and side to side somewhat. So in terms of overall articulation, above the waist it's fairly decent. Below the waist, yeah, let's not talk about that too much. Stickers. Well, maybe colors first. As you can see, mainly blue. For some reason, the shoulder here is molded in black. Let's show the manual. As you can see on the manual, the top part is supposed to be a very lightish blue, same as a sticker here. And the bottom part is supposed to be the same blue as the rest of the kit. So, really, why did they mold this in black? It didn't have any space left on the sprue or something. I mean, that's pretty pointless, really. So yeah, for colors you have black here, black on the accessories, of course, and well, other than the polycaps, those are all the colors you get. You'll have to paint the rest of it. Pretty much same story for the Mercurius, only the blue is now red. Same weird thing going on with the shoulder. This is supposed to, the upper part is supposed to be the same pink here on the sticker, and the bottom part is supposed to be the same red as the kit itself. Why did they do that? I have no idea, but I do have to say it does, well, it breaks up the red and blue a bit, so I'm not really complaining about it. I'm just saying, why didn't they stick to the kit? Even though it does look, well, kind of good, especially if you're not planning to paint your kits. Now, for stickers, you have the little very lightish blue here that really doesn't like to stick on my Vayeate. When I took this guy off my shelf, they were wide open. They were only they didn't completely come loose because of these, I don't know, side things here. On my Mercurius, however, they do seem to stick quite well. I have no idea why. I guess it all depends on luck, really. Other stickers for the Mercurius are these yellow ones here on as big as beam bazooka, and two more on his energy charge thing battery, and also one. Yeah, I'll show that one in a moment when I actually get to that. The Mercurius, well, the only stickers this guy has is the pink here and the sticker there. I'll come to that in a second. So, that's that. Now for accessories. The Vayeate, of course, comes with his big battery pack and the big ass bazooka, as already shown. Now you have the storage mode, like this, and then you have an extra wire here to transform him into his firing position. So one way or another, this is gonna magically warp to his hand there. This hand is just here to support it, and this closes. And yeah, this is a very, very loose fit, so it will probably fall out a bit more. And then this wire, the longer part, goes in here, and this connects to the part there. And actually the firing position is a more stable one, because now the big battery pack is also held up by the wire. And well, it's a very good thing that the wire is a solid piece of plastic, but because, as I've already shown, this arm is totally not capable of supporting the beam rifle on its own. So actually this is the best way to have them. Also, the battery pack does open up to reveal some nice interior detail, even though you'll have to paint that yourself. So for a nice shooting pose. Now for the Mercurius, of course he comes with his big crash shield, which also has a beam saber. Of course this is supposed to be mullet in green, but as you can see it's black, so you'll have to paint that yourself, which is of course pretty standard for the old Gundam Wing models, so no, not really hating here. The only problem is you can see that the shield will slowly fall down until it hits the floor, or until the hinge can't move any further. There we go. Yeah, very big problem with both of them. The arms are barely strong enough to hold the accessories, so you'll have to apply some super glue here to fix the problem. On the other hand, he holds a little beam gun to have at least some kind of offensive ability. This side, unfortunately, is somewhat hollow, so it will look best if you pose him like that. And of course, the main, yeah, how should I put it, feature of the Mercury is, of course, his big-ass planet defensors. They're stored in the back like this, and same problem as with the shield. You see that they are tilted forwards and are held back by the shoulders. Well, and I've already applied a bit of super glue on these. You'll see that they simply won't hold up if you just touch them the slightest. So any light vibration will cause them to fall down, unfortunately. Of course they will fold to the front. Well, the way the model kit, the way the manual wants you to pose them is somewhat like this. Because they're all connected with little joints here, so you can't separate them. But immediately you see the problem I just mentioned. They just won't stay up. They'll even cause a mobile suit to fall. Unless, of course, you tilt the mobile suit somewhat backwards. And yeah, you can see the left one is really bad. The right one somewhat stays up, but yeah, unless you like, oh god, yeah. As you can see, the left one just isn't gonna stay up. I even applied a little bit of super glue already, and it still doesn't want to stay up. So yeah, maybe if you're lucky, they'll be good without any super glue, but I seriously doubt it. Well, that's all for accessories for these guys, but they also come with a few extras and customization options. They both come with the antenna for the other mobile suit. So if you want, you can have a red Vayeate and a blue Mercurius, because as I already said, the accessories are interchangeable, so you can swap them around and create your, maybe even create your own custom mobile suit. Or you can buy two of each, and you can have a blue team and a red team. So now they do come with nice customization options, really. Also, they come with an additional head cover. I believe they were used when the White Fang got a hold of these guys and transformed them into mobile dolls. And this is where I'll show you the last sticker. Come on. You'll immediately notice that this does make them look more in line with the Virgo mobile dolls, because of course these two were of course the prototypes for the Virgos. A pink one for the Vayeate, and a green one for the Mercurius. Also, a side note, I believe I mentioned that the beam saber was molded in green, but it should be molded in pink. Just a quick side note, it's pink. Quite rare for the Gundam Wing universe to have Beam Saber in pink. I even think the Tallgeese is a small... Yeah, I believe the Tallgeese ones were red rather than a nice clear pink. So yeah, just a quick side note. And as you can see, they look a lot more like the Virgos now. Also, you have two versions of these models. You can buy either the cheaper ones, and then you'll just get these models and everything I just mentioned, or you can buy the ones that are a bit more expensive, and you'll also get some figures from the pilots in 1/35th scale. With the Mercurius, you of course get Hiro Yui, and also a display base showing his name. You'll of course have to paint them yourselves. With the Vayeate comes Troa Barton, the test pilot for that mobile suit, and also a display base with his name on it. So a very nice feature if you can find them. This of course leads us to the inevitable question: do you want to buy this? Well, the first thing you should consider, of course, is the price for these guys. As you've probably noticed, they're not the greatest models of all time. This can also be seen in their price. Both of them, well, just the models retail for around 500 yen, so 5 euros, around $7. And the ones with the pilots retail for around 600 yen, 6 euros, around $8. So whether or not you want to get the pilots will all depend on your sense of value, if you think that this little figure here is worth the 100 yen or not. And of course you get a different box art. Now, for the kids themselves, articulation wise, yeah, I think it speaks for itself. Articulation is pretty crappy, basic to say the least. Of course, joints are extremely loose, not all that stable. Well, they can stand up without too many problems, but especially the arms are very loose unless you're gonna apply a lot of super glue on them, or just plastic glue. They do have a nice amount of play value though, nice customization options, different antennas, so if you buy them you will have something to do with them. So if you're a Gundam Wing fan, I can definitely recommend picking up these guys if you pay the original price. I believe most of the online hobby stores do have these guys in stock. They recently got a restock, I believe. So no need to go on eBay and buy overpriced ones of these, because on eBay they're fetching like, I don't know, $12 to $15. Believe me or not, but I even saw a Mercurius on there for $52. Don't want to offend anyone, but if you spend $52 on this, you're not the brightest guy around. Or girl, I'm just saying. So, yeah, what you see is what you get. You get a fair amount of stuff to play around with, and quality leaves a bit to be desired, but the price is also very low. So, all in all, it's a nice package, and I can definitely recommend, well, if you want them, I'd say buy both of them at once. They're not that expensive, and they're supposed to form, well, they're supposed to be a team anyway, so pick them up at once. Also, well, another little depressing side note, the thrusters here are also just hollow, so once again, bear in mind these are old Gundam Wing models. But if you like the design, you'll definitely like these models. They are really good representations of their anime counterpart, and I should say that compared to the other Gundam Wing models, these are actually, well, how should I put it? I'm not gonna say they're good, they're just not as bad as the other ones, so that's pretty much it. They're not that bad. They're decent to say the most for their price. Well, that was Kakarot 197, and until the next time. I guess I should get to bed now, because I'm actually still kind of sick, as you might have heard. Well, until next time.